Hi, everybody. This is Stan's K99 Studios with Buddy Jewell. We had him Facebook Live just a few moments ago. Of course, one of the first Nashville star, and Lacey's song "Help Pour Out the Rain" was one of the biggest songs of that era. And Buddy, your mom and dad's from the same town Johnny Cash was from, right?
Yeah, a little town called Dice, Arkansas, up in the northeast corner.
Yeah. Well, tell me a little bit about Lacey's song, because that was such a big song. You had such success with it. Tell us a little bit about that, how you wrote it, what went on with the song, and then hopefully you'll play a little of it for us.
It was essentially a true story. You know, Lacey was about 3 years old. I was taking her out to her daycare.
Your daughter?
My daughter, Lacey, yeah. And she asked me in the course of a conversation if she could help pour out the rain when she got to heaven. And the daddy in me thought, wow, that's really cool. The songwriter in me didn't kick in until a couple months later, and I got up in the middle of the night one night, couldn't sleep, remembered that, little back and forth between me and Lacey in this conversation, and started humming this little melody, la da 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 dee 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 dee, and the song came. About an hour and a half later, I had most of it written.
Now, you first came out with a song, and that la da da dee dee was a fiddle player, and then you got so many complaints, you went back and recorded. Oh yeah, with Clint Black. Clint Black produced that for him that year.
Yeah, I'd done this little CD that I was selling at my gigs around Nashville, and I'd always envisioned the la da da dee part being played by a fiddle, so I put a fiddle on it. People started coming back to my shows after they bought the CDs and complaining that I left the la da da dee off the song. So as a songwriter, I left the hook off my own song. So when Clint Black was producing my first Sony album from Columbia, I told him that story, and he said, well, we better put the la da da dee
Better put that back in. Play some of it for us.
All right, man. La da 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 dee 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 dee. The moment was custom made to order. I was riding with my daughter on our way back from Monroe. And like children do, she started playing 20 questions, but I never would have guessed one could touch me to my soul. She said, Daddy, when we get to heaven, can I taste the Milky Way? Are we going there to visit? Are we going there to stay? Am I going to see my grandpa? Can I have a pair of wings? Do you think that God could use another angel to help pour out the rain? La da 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 dee dee dee. I pulled that car right over, and I sat there on the shoulder trying to dry my misty eyes. And I whispered, Lord, I want to thank you for my children, 'cause your innocence that fills them often takes me by surprise. Like Daddy, when we get to heaven, can I taste the Milky Way? Are we going there to visit, or are we going there to stay? Am I going to see my grandpa? Can I have a pair of wings? Do you think God could use another angel to help pour out the rain? Later on, and a smile came to my face. When I tucked her into bed, I got down on my knees and prayed. Lord, when I get to heaven, can I taste the Milky Way? I don't want to come to visit, 'cause I'm coming home to stay. And I can't wait to see my family and meet Jesus face to face. And do you think, Lord, you could use another angel to help pour out the rain? Can I help pour out the rain? Can I help pour out the rain?
great song.
Thank
I mean,
you.
that was a huge hit for you too. Tell us some of the success of the song.
It it was the highest rated or ranking debut single by a new artist in over, like, since it started the new chart in over 11 years.
Wow.
The record debuted at #1 on the country chart, number 13 on the pop chart, and it was a huge success. And I started getting all these incredible emails and letters and stuff like that from people that ironically identified with the song because they had lost someone in their life. Someone had passed away, and a lot of times it was families who had lost children.
Yeah.
And so it wound up being this really huge connection and something that was kind of bittersweet for me, but it was something I'm really proud that I could be a little piece of maybe the healing process for those families.
It was one of those St. Jude Story songs too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so that was. Were you really leaving Monroe?
No, I needed. Okay, I'm being honest. I had written the word the line "touch you to my soul." And I was looking for something to rhyme with soul. So,
so Monroe fell right in there, didn't it?
So, but the people from Louisiana loved me for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daycare didn't work.
No, daycare didn't work.
Well, tonight he's going to be at the Mary C. It starts at 7 o'clock. Free show. They do that Songs and Stories show at the Mary C. every third Thursday. Again, a free show with great talent like Buddy Jewell here. And let me tell you, I'm so excited. Buddy has a brand new CD here. Now, what's your website?
It's BuddyJewell.com and put 2 L's on Jewel, or you find some guy in Indiana that's a farmer or something.
Okay, BuddyJewell with 2 L's.com. And now you know your father, you were telling us, Dice, Arkansas, same place that Johnny Cash was from. And this is kind of a tribute to your dad. It's a lot of great songs that you said he loved.
Yeah. Dad had a really great singing voice. He never really sang out in public, but he would sing around the house from time to time. He'd be working on a car or something like that, and he'd blurt like a verse or a chorus out.
Mm-hmm.
They had a beautiful singing voice, and when I got ready to make this record, I lost Dad now almost 11 years ago. And a cousin of mine sent me this picture of my father when he was 8 years old. He's laying in a little field of clover in Dice, Arkansas, in some overalls.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate this to my dad, and I'm gonna pick all songs that Daddy loved, and so it's called My Father's Country.
Man, Green Green Grass of Home, Merle Haggard's If We Make It Through December, Galveston, of course, the big Glenn Campbell hit, Behind Closed Doors, Charlie. Man, Buddy Jewell singing all these incredible songs. BuddyJewell.com,
Mm-hmm.
Jewell with 2 L's.
Yes, sir.
And and I guess you're on Facebook or.
Oh yeah, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you go to my website, you can connect with me through all those social media spots.
Yeah, and get this, and now you have a new project that you're working on too now, right?
I do. I'm really excited about it. I've just signed a new deal with a company called Better Americana Music, and we're working on a new record. Starting to get some mixes back on the things, and we're hoping to have a single out here in the next couple of months. We'll see.
Buddy, so great for you to come back by, and George, thanks for bringing them by. And the Mary C. tonight, 7 o'clock, free show. And thanks so much, man. We wish you continued success and come by anytime.
Man, I appreciate it, Stan. Thanks, and thank you guys.